Hey dudes, nothing special here, just a quick test beta with my extremely uncomfortable headphones on. The PS4 Silver set. It's got that blue thing with the weird, whatchamacallit, it's got that weird, gosh, that's like it eats into my freaking ears. Alright, must be signed to your EA account to access online features. Well, I've already been on as of earlier today. That's interesting. Come on. This is what happens. Sounds like Fez, doesn't it? You know, Fez is now on Minority Report, and he's kind of buffed out. It's kind of creepy. All right, here. So we've got Collection, which is what I was just accidentally scrolling over to. Basically, you can unlock a few things in the beta here. You've got star cards, which we'll take a look at. We've got blasters, and you can't do anything with the appearance, so at this point, your appearance is just whatever the default is. A lot of clones running around, even though we're well past the Clone Wars at this point. If you look at the different play modes, because stats isn't available either, and settings are literally just that, you've got multiplayer, you've got missions, you've got Be Among the First, and you've got a pre-order link for the deluxe version rather than the regular version, but relatively limited here because it is a beta. You only really got 3 modes you can play. I'll start with a mission, which is really, you're going to find somewhat of a dull background here. We've got training battles and survival. Survival is the only one that's available. Survival, in this case, the only one that is available is Survival Tatooine, though there will be Sullust, Endor, and Hoth. So let's check this out. Single-player partner or split screen. Partner being online co-op, split screen being local co-op. Of course, very GoldenEye style, but only for 2, from what I understand. I have not pushed it too far. I've completed it on normal, but, well, we're going to play normal again because hard and master aren't available until later. So, testing it out. Let's see how it go. And yes, I do know I said go instead of goes. That was on purpose. I live in the Atlanta area, so I think you can pretty much change the tense of whatever verb you want, and it's apparently okay. One thing I have noticed, pretty heavy loading screens, as far as just waiting and waiting as the circle spins and spins and spins. One kind of interesting thing is that before each match, or before you jump into a match that's already in progress, you do have a screen like this that gives you a chance to check out your blasters, your hands that you're using. Blaster-wise, you're essentially just choosing what blaster is your primary weapon. Okay. And then hands. As you gain different abilities, different cards, you actually play those into these little hands of 3. And that determines what your L1 button does on the left, your R1 button does on the right, and holding down triangle does there in the center. So you got primary and secondary options here. I'll go with primary. Why not? All right, so it's selected. I choose start, and it throws me into the scenario. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous as far as the photorealism, or very close to photorealism in a lot of cases. The animations, not quite as good as, say, the textures, for instance, but really well done. The music, the sound effects, all very authentic, as they say, right? They're checking for authenticity, not necessarily to be part of the new canon, story group canon, whatever you want to call it.
You made it, thank the boss. We've located our crash site, but it looks like the
Why?
Empire will be too fast.
Thank you, Admiral.
Prepare to defend yourselves until we can get there.
Alright, so this is just kind of a test setting here. Not really paying all that much attention. I just want to give you a chance to see how it plays. I want to use this as a test to make sure the streaming works. And assuming that it does, I'll give you a much better rundown of the beta at a later time. Oh, that was good. Defeated, but crappy. One thing that is kind of frustrating is you can't see... Oh, as my phone goes off. You can't hear or see the enemies on your map. Like, you can see kind of an indicator of which direction they're in. Kind of. But not much. And that becomes very frustrating. It's not even like... it's not even like Destiny's, in the sense that it's giving you a general direction that they're coming from, but it's considered that little red chunk telling me that an enemy is somewhere up ahead here. It's just, I don't know, not a fan of the way that the map works at this point, or the radar works at this point. Whoop, must be behind me somewhere. There we go.
Enemy units defeated.
Whoa! It's that rocket pack that I smacked my head into the canyon with a second ago.
Imperials coming within range.
Anything that you put in that top slot is going to use charges, so you got to collect those little charge icons when they do show up, like I just did. And you can see the little map thing showing where they are. So here's another one that's 2 charges. And, oh, you must all be this away. Notice I'm not having to reload. It's a blaster. So the idea is that you just don't overheat it, very much like turrets in most games. Doopity-doo. I'm just like running around, looking at my little screen to make sure that you can see. It'd be nice if I could sit a little bit closer and move the camera just a little bit. It looks like the camera's all right, but it certainly makes things look very bland, given the fact that all there is just a painted wall behind me. I want to put a poster or something back there. Show you the detail back here. Yeah, I mean, you got your Imperial Lambda class shuttle up there. You've got a Star Destroyer. Schmack. Not very good at that one. You got a Star Destroyer up there in the sky. I mean, just absolutely gorgeous from the standpoint of how realistic it looks. But ungodly bland in terms of what you actually see, right? I mean, it's rocks. There's a few things like these, what look like Tusken Raider encampments that have been abandoned, but beyond that, there's just not much to look at on this one. I'm not sure if this was really the ideal survival mode for them to use as the demo, as the beta, but again, that's just me. Alright, so I'm just running around to try this stuff out. I will be doing something a little bit more, for lack of a better term, substantial in the near future. I just want to test this out. I think 7 or 8 minutes should be a good test here. Let's see how well this worked. So, share button. Broadcast settings.